She was dubbed the face of 1966. Her unique style helped to become one of the first international supermodels. Look at her, isn't she beautiful? Now, Twiggy and her incredible career are the subject of a new documentary directed by Sadie Frost. Dame Twiggy and Sadie Frost join me now. I loved this. It was just wonderful. It was like a love letter to you. It was beautiful.
Thanks to my director here. She's worked so hard.
Oh, no, it's been great. So, Sadie, how did it all come about?
Well, I was doing Twiggy's podcast when I was doing press for the Mary Quant doc.
Of course, I remember.
And we were just having a little bit of cheeky banter, and I just said, you know, have you ever thought about doing your life story? And you said...
And I'd said to you, are you going to do another docu? Because the Quant one was so lovely.
Exactly.
And you said something about, I love doing it because it was set in the 60s. I should find somebody else in the... Oh, I should do you.
Yeah. And Twiggy's like, no. And but then she changed her mind.
Makes perfect sense. Do you know, watching it, I had forgotten so many things. Had you? I mean, when you saw it again, were there things that you'd, you know...
When I see them, there were clips she found that I'd never seen.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot out there. But, yeah, well, I've been around a long time, Lorraine.
You have, and you just, you know what, with you just get better and better.
Oh,
with
you
age.
are sweet.
No, you do. It's absolutely true. You still look like yourself. Do you know that way? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was that line Erin O'Connor said, you know, and Twiggy, it's all hers. You know?
Yes.
And, you know, it's just so wonderful to celebrate Twiggy's life through all of the decades at every different stage. She's so inspiring for women and men.
You were such a trailblazer because before, you know, modelling before was sort of quite a posh thing to do. It was like people dabbled, you know, and they did that. And you just changed the game.
Yeah, well, you know, I think I've said this to you before. It was as much a shock to me when that happened to me in the 60s, because girls like me didn't become models. They were usually girls from posh families or middle-class families.
Exactly.
And then they modelled till they met their rich husbands and then retired.
But as you made, and also what you did, which I think the film really, you highlighted this so well, Sadie, was for the first time, you were dressing for you. Yeah. You know, before, women were dressing... not for themselves. They were dressing for, like, a trend or for men, frankly. But you were wearing the clothes you wanted to wear. You were doing the makeup you wanted to, you know...
Well, we didn't have makeup artists then, so that makeup...
That was you?
Up there, that was me. It used to take me an hour and a half to do.
But it was the eyelashes underneath.
Yeah. And I copied a rag doll that I had in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
I was very young.
I think the thing is, with Twiggy, she kind of paved the way for people who are outsiders or from the wrong side of the tracks to actually have opportunities in a career and just to get on and do it. And that's what she's done all her life. And that's what's so inspiring, is the fact that, you know, you just work hard and just do it and you can change things.
And what I loved about it as well was, I mean, huge, the great old footage of, like, you being mobbed in New York and you're kind of like,
squashed.
What's going on? But actually quite scary.
It was real.
It was scary. Because
I was minute and I would squash very easily.
Yeah, we don't want you squashed. That would have been too scary. But you kind of, at the height of that, you said, OK, I've done that now. I'll go make a movie. And it's the way things happened, you know, you didn't have all these agents and stuff. It just kind of, I don't know, you got out for dinner with somebody and then it just...
It'd be organic.
Yes, thank you, Steve. That was the word I was hunting for, but you got it.
But I also think I was very lucky because I met people like Ken Russell, who at the time was the biggest film director in England. And I didn't have a reason to stop modelling. You know, I was doing OK.
And you were doing more than OK, thank you very much.
And then when he cast me in The Boyfriend, it was like, I always say, it was like going into the secret garden. It was like, oh, my God, I love this. So that made me change direction.
But do you think that was because you were so young that you weren't scared? Because a lot of people would think, hang on a minute, I've never actually danced or sang and you're asking me to do this amazing, huge film that was so successful.
I must have been mad. But I also thought, if Ken thinks I can do it, maybe I can.
Exactly.
And what's the worst that can happen? They're not going to kill me.
No.
Well, the critics might, but...
In that sense, I suppose.
But they didn't.
No, they didn't. And then, of course, pin-up... I loved that you talked about the album Pin-Ups.
Oh, that...
So I was a massive Bowie fan. And that photograph is so beautiful.
It's a beautiful photograph.
Isn't it the most beautiful... The eyes, his eyes are astonishing. But look how gorgeous you are. Oh, Twiggy.
Well, I was sure, because I was a huge Bowie fan. And he was the loveliest man around.
Have your
He was
name
so
in his
sweet.
song was like
I know, yeah, he did a song.
Twig
and
the
said,
Wonder Kid?
Twig the Wonder Kid. I
That's
nearly
right.
fainted.
Driving
Oh my God! Mention me in the
See, I
song.
love that because you put that in the film. You know, the fact that you were like, oh, I can't believe that David Bowie's actually mentioning me. This
kind
is
of takes
astonishing.
you back to her kind of being a young woman, teenager, being hysterical about it, which is just so nice, so refreshing.
Exactly.
That you were where you were, but you were just completely kind of dumbstruck that he put you
But
in a lyric.
we've had fun doing. I mean, we're still really good
Yeah,
friends.
we're still
I'm so
talking.
glad. You're not fed up with one another.
After 3
We didn't
years.
know each other that well. We kind
now,
of had met
yeah,
like
yeah.
you do.
Now
but
you do.
I feel like family now.
Yeah, it is.
And things that I had no idea that because, you know, obviously you did the album and you still, you know, you still
Yeah.
sing, you still do all of that. But you did the album and you met Phil Spector.
I did.
Who obviously, I mean, I'm not saying anything that nobody knows, he's a nutter. You know, I mean,
Oh.
but the thing is, you didn't know that.
No.
He invited you to his house, right?
He did. A friend of mine was a big movie producer, and I'd just done an album,
Yeah.
and he said, "Oh, I know Phil Spector," and you've got to remember he was one of the great
at the time
record producers
100%.
ever.
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I got invited up to his house in the Beverly Hills, and it was very bizarre. I mean, you've really got to see the film to see
Yeah.
the whole story.
Let's just say...
But this man actually took
couldn't
two
believe it.
cigarettes out of his mouth and lit them both at the same time.
And it wasn't in a Betty Davis way that he was just it
No,
wasn't
he-
like that.
he smoked
just
them
did
both.
it. But the story is, you have to watch the movie
Yeah,
for this
I don't
story.
wanna give
Don't
it
give it away.
away.
Don't give it away because it is. You're kind of. My
But
jaw
it's
was on the
true.
floor.
That
It was like I
story
can't
is-
believe
yeah,
that happened to
that
Twiggy.
it did happen.
What I really liked about the film though was that it showed your wonderful husband, Lee.
Ah, thank you.
That I mean, he is absolutely your soulmate. There's no doubt
is,
about that.
yeah.
The love you have for each other just
Yeah.
shines.
40 years we've been together.
Wow, that's good. You're having the most amazing career.
Well, thank
so
you.
much still to
Thank
do.
you.
But thank you for everything.
Well, this
And
opens nationwide tomorrow.
it does tomorrow. Twiggy is out in cinemas tomorrow. Done a great job, Sadie.
Thank you very much.
A smashing job, a real proper tribute and a real proper... I feel as if I really know you now, having watched that. I really do. Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.